Gotta keep one jump ahead of the red line. I don't know the words. Today we're going to talk about Aladdin. Listen, I know it's like, well, have we not talked about this movie already? Aladdin is one of my favorite Disney movies growing up. Aladdin is one of like the there are several quality Disney movies that came out back to back to back, like Beauty and the Beast, The Little Mermaid, The Lion King, Aladdin. Like, it was like, holy cow, who are these people? This is amazing stuff. And Aladdin was definitely one of those key players. I loved Aladdin growing up. First, give me the lamp. Let's talk about the diamond in the rough, shall we? Jafar is looking for the diamond in the rough. The person worthy to get the lamp and procure the genie, right? We're all just like really addicted to the destiny thing. We want it. I just want to be the chosen one so bad. Right? Am I right? Don't we just want to be the diamond? Just want to be sparkly. I love that element in Aladdin where he's like this street rat just coming from the muck and the gutter of society, being elevated so dramatically and so quickly to this place of power and influence, you know, in his journey with the genie, because there was this like destiny prophetic thing going on where he was like, they're looking for the right guy, and Jafar had tested all these other fools, these like hooligans who just didn't quite have what it took. And Aladdin, you know, he had it. You guys, that's us. Like, we love the Aladdin story because we are the diamond in the rough. We are the thing that's being shaped and molded and refined to be this fantastic power player in the world that we're in. And the people who don't ever become that influential person are the people who don't accept their diamond status, because there's roughness. If there's anything that I've learned about God in his fatherhood / discipleship in my life, like mentoring me, it's been that he is not offended by or too good for roughness, mess, things not being all neat and clean and sparkly. And, you know, when we think of heaven, we're like, oh. But when we think about heaven here in this terrestrial, like fleshly place, God gets his hands dirty. He gets in the mess with us, and he's totally fine with that. And so it's sometimes challenging for us to recognize the hand of God, his fingerprints all over the things we're doing, because it's messy, because it's offensive, because there's sin somewhere in the mix. Like, oh, clearly God can't have anything to do with this because there's dirt. It's like, actually, no, he gets in it. He's there, and he's not offended. He doesn't run away. If anything, the grace just intensifies, right? So it's something we want to be aware of, just even in our own personal journey. Yes, you might be the diamond in the rough. And by might be, I mean you are. Don't let the roughness distract you from the sparkly edge that who he is in your identity and in your journey along the way, okay? You're a diamond in the rough. Embrace it! The other thing we want to talk about, Aladdin becoming a prince, right? I mean, that happened. The prince business is not an external job. That is something that has to happen from the inside. So the genie could snap his fingers and make Aladdin all sparkly and like princey on the outside, but the internal world was unaffected, right? And so we watch the identity piece, the street rat, the slave dude, going through this journey of like interacting with royalty and people of power and not having that infrastructure to support or sustain his participation in these conversations. Anytime we don't actually face the truth within ourselves and are willing to go through the refining process and learn the obedience of submitting to the way that God designed things to function, we can fake our way to a certain extent, but at some point, the lack of character, the lack of structure and design within us to meet that occasion is going to cause us to fail. We need that foundation to be established in order for us to continue to walk down that blessed road that God has intended for us, that continued increased promotional glory to glory journey. We are supposed to continue to grow, but that has to start from the inside out. It cannot just be an external thing. You can't just get a promotion at work. You can't just get that amazing job. You can't just marry that person. Like, those things are great and they up your game for a season or whatever, but if the internal character doesn't rise to the occasion or doesn't continue to outgrow the promotion of whatever it was, that thing will actually become a cage to you. It will become a source of frustration. It'll become a reminder of the failure and the smallness inside of you. And we'll start to resent the blessings that God sent our way. So you guys, we always want to say yes to the personal development and that inner piece of us continuing to expand and grow to match and continue to be able to meet the Lord on the road that he designed for us that is going to be rife with blessing and increase. And you know, in the Aladdin story, this is a pretty cliche theme that's pretty important. He rode on lies for quite a bit. the whole Jasmine conversation, right? He's a fake prince and just lies his way through the whole relationship, and she just like buys it left and right, and they obviously have chemistry, things are working, but at some point, he's broke, doesn't have it. And without the genie, without his little like quick fix, like supernatural wham bam sham pow, without that, who is Aladdin? He's this like lying, deceitful street rat dude. Obviously, he's got character, he's got potential, he's got stuff there that's beautiful, but without it being disciplined, without him actually exploring it, without him being honest about that, he's broke. And so you watch his side characters, we watch the carpet, kind of. We watch Abu, we watch the genie continue to encourage Aladdin to be honest, to show up, just like tell her who you are. Stop faking it, dude, like just show up and be honest. And he couldn't. He's like, no, I want the thing more than I want to be who I am. At any point when we sacrifice who we are for the sake of obtaining what we think we want, what we think we want has become a lie. And we don't want that, you guys. It's such a sad, sabotaging thing that we all get to experience on our journey. If at any point who we are becomes less important than the blessing at the end of the road, the blessing itself is fake. It's not real. We can't want the thing without being who we are. Those things need to match, yeah. So, obviously, everything in Aladdin's world comes crumbling down. The whole thing falls apart. The world almost ends. A little dramatic. But, right, everything just goes to crap. He lies his way through his whole story until the world falls apart. And then obviously he has that day of reckoning where he's like, okay, here's the deal, guys, look. Right? And then everything is perfect again. Yay. So you guys just admit, honestly, in the spirit realm, if you can just admit whatever the accuser has against you, if you just like admit it, just like, okay, fine, yeah, that's true. I am that. Don't fight it, just admit it. All of a sudden he's got nothing on you. If you like embrace it as an actual like, this is who I am, then that's gonna take you down a dark path. But if you just stop trying to run from the consequences of that thing being true in your life and you just like let it be, you're like, okay, fine. Maybe I am, fill in the blank, whatever the label is. Maybe I am selfish. Maybe I am a coward. Maybe I am whatever it is you don't wanna be but you're trying to hide. Maybe just admit it. Maybe I am that. So what? Now what? If I am that, how do I move forward? You guys, in that place, God is talking. That conversation matters. Stop running from what the enemy's got on you to try and use you to stay like buried and in the dirt. That stuff doesn't matter when it's exposed to the light. And the moment Aladdin just gets there and is like, okay, fine, here I am, this is me. Like she still wants it. And guess what? That love is real. All of a sudden he gets to know for the first time she actually loves me, not Prince Ali Abubu. So you guys, be honest with yourself, with the people around you. Say yes to who you are, no matter where you are in the process. If it's messy, just embrace it. The light will come to your aid, and the light favors authentic messes over pretty lies. And remember, guys, when you're watching a movie, you're never alone. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button. What's your favorite thing about Aladdin? Man, this movie is old and awesome. Anything you're excited about the new Aladdin? Let's hear it. Put it in the comments below.